First 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? Fielded right around the 8. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Fields. He'll drop this down to Williams. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
10 yards. Second and 8 at the 23-yard line.
Here's Fields. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. They've got his man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big connection on that one. 30 yards.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. A shotgun snap, Fields. And he's going to drop this off to Williams, complete. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields slings this deep from McLaurin. And oh, it'll be intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Bears are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
Now the Steelers put a stop to action with a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now Jones. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Certainly not the cleanest of starts to this football game. Back-to-back plays yield turnovers in this first quarter.
So there's not much flow right now. A very choppy game. And I know this. It's a copycat league. We say it all the time about the NFL.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Bears are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. Throwing, Jones. They'll roll him out right. That's caught. It's Dan Arnold, the tight end. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
Come on now.
Man coverage on the left side, so I really like the design of this play because they opened up the field and brought their tight end the other way on a crossing route. That's a lot of ground to cover if you're a defender. I've been there before, unable to stay with his man there.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. From the gun, Jones. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And Miller will pull this one in. He's got it for the Bears touchdown. Scotty Miller with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bears have taken the early lead. Now, this is a crew. They've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really have. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
I was going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about?
And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked up by Michael Davis. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick 6, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski. That's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front, They moved him and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
Check. Watch 54. Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
3rd and 2, Fields. And that's caught inside the 35. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A big play that time through the air. 34 yards. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw is Fields. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
And this is caught inside the 5. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A big connection on that one. 32 yards. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. To the air again, Fields. Rolling to his right. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And the Bears are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Oh, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones being chased out left. He rifles one that's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. Sheds off the tackle. And the return across midfield into the 46-yard line. He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for, because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not and dropped him for no gain.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Now it's Fields. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team.
And they won't try and pooch it. It's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out, and the Bears will get the football back. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they come in losers of 2 straight. And remember, they've got the open date on their calendar next weekend, but you think it's vitally. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Henry Anderson in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. On 4th down, Michael Pilardi on to punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 33. Unable to corral him. He fights through. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. He's going to sling this deep downfield. It's caught inside the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there.
And this is going to be intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Bears are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jones. He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
Defensively, they came into the game with the understanding they're going to have to slow him down on passes just like this because he was over 100 yards receiving a week ago. And you know they want to get him involved here as well.
Got a man complete to Miller. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Back to throw again. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jones. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Miller. And he's going to have a first down here as they're also into field goal range at the 28. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. Taken in at the 3. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think that...
Oh, and Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Back to throw. Fields. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Williams. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down. Fields now to throw. And now here's another interception. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Bears are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
A 1st down carry by Elliott. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was a terrific play, causing a loss. As a middle linebacker, simple. You can either fill holes or you can attack them, as he did there.
On 2nd down, Elliott looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. The terrible towels here at Heinz Field out in full force. Here's 3rd and long. Jones off the play fake. He finds the speedster Ross. That's complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Touchdown, Bears! Ezekiel Elliott, his 9th touchdown of the season, and the Bears will extend their lead. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. Here's Fields. He's going to look deep down the field. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback and his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
The delay of game, a costly one, as they're backed up 5 for 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Jones. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Joe Tryon brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Elliott. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A nice job to get 11 out of that pass play, but now they face a 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Jones. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the rookie Eric Stokes. And the Steelers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
A quick throw out wide to Mooney. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. A play fake, now Fields to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on this.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Off play action, Fields. A big play that time through the air. 39 yards. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And the Bears are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. The disaster there, I mean, you saw it coming. The pressure gets knocked down, the interception.
Sometimes the best throw you make is the one you
don't make.
Exactly. Take care of the football. He'll also learn how to shrug his shoulders, take the proper slide steps to alleviate some of the pressure. But occasionally, like the one we just saw, sometimes just hold on to the football and take the hit.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Looking to throw. Jones. Eluding the pressure right. Over the middle, complete. It's Elliott. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw. Jones. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Well, partner, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. And let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here to witness.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Terrific coverage in the end zone that time. Forced him out of the pocket to his right. I thought maybe try and run it there, but no one came open for him. Nice job by the defense of not getting out of their lanes.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Jones. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet.
Nice play there by Shaq Barrett, and he was always going to be hard-pressed to match his 2019 output, where his 19.5 sacks led the NFL. But still in 2020, he put 8 on the board and remains a key cog in the Buccaneers defense.
And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. And his kick is indeed good. And the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now. So they've put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Fields. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. We know that the rookie's going to go to a top target like that often. That time, though, maybe a little telegraphed.
And that's not unusual because you do tend to lock in on one of your better players. And when under duress, when in doubt, you're going to throw the ball in his direction because oftentimes you could be wrong, but that receiver.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by the rookie Eric Stokes. And the Steelers are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. incomplete. And defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
Fields on 3rd down. And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They snap it to Fields. And able to catch it, but he's out of bounds. And the throw took him beyond the sideline, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw, as this play will stand as is. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred the defense.
Over the middle, that's caught by Miller. And he will have the Bears' 1st down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards. That one looks like he'll throw here. Sliding out of the pocket. He finds Ross right side. It's complete. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Sly on for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now Fields. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Michael Davis. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. That's one of those interceptions watching from up here. The quarterback wide receiver just looked a little out of sync.
They did look a little out of sync, and yeah, they're going to examine that when they get to the sidelines, and they'll talk about it throughout next week when they watch the tape. But the guy who's going to be there for him, really in his ear, is his center, because that's a special relationship for a rookie quarterback. Your